Hello, hello, gorgeous people. Welcome back. I know the title of these videos are like what is they? And that is just me keeping track. It's me keeping track. Okay, and these are just conversations. So welcome to the conversation. Glad you are here. Glad that I can give you something thought-provoking. Glad that I can give you something to look into in regards to your own journey and growth. This is not a collective reading, okay? This is me giving you spiritual guidance to walk in your human design and live your life according to your plan, okay? Not someone else's plan, not a not a plan of someone else, but your plan, okay? Walking your north node, okay? Living in your human design that will benefit you and give you the life that you want with ease, right? Life is to be lived with ease. Not saying that there won't be difficulties or challenges. What I'm saying is it's to be lived with ease. So we must unlearn a lot of the things that we were taught as a child and relearn your true life's plot. Okay? And if my channel is not for you, it is just not for you. I'm talking to the people that really want to understand their human design and want to better their life through the unlearning and relearning, but also do it with as much nurturing as possible, right? A lot of us are very sensitive to energies, and we just need to be taught and given information in different ways, okay? And this is just one of the ways you can absorb that information. Doesn't mean that you have to listen to me, doesn't mean that you have to do what I say do. But I am very insightful and resourceful. And yeah, so we're here. Okay. A lot of you need to be more expressive about how you feel about things and how you want to make the changes in your life. Because when you begin to unlearn so that you can adjust to a new program, the surroundings and the people around you have to change, which means it's going to be uncomfortable before it gets comfortable, okay? And that could be family and friends, that could be co-workers, that could be jobs. You may have to you may have to switch industries, you know. You may need to leave one industry and go to another. You may need to, you know, do something drastic in your life that you've never done before. And you probably have to do it in fear, and you probably will have to do it in spite of circumstances. Maybe it's a big switch, and maybe you have the ability to do things a little bit at a time. Either way, there will be a change. You will need to shift how, what, when, where you do things, okay? And in the shifting, just remember to take care of yourself. You know, if you're in a position to eat, make sure that you're eating as healthily as possible. Write as much as possible. You don't have to be a writer to write, but there is something to be said about the expression of words to paper. And not only will it release you, but it releases others as well. Okay? And you don't have to keep it. You can burn it. I will write in full journals and burn the whole book when I filled it up and completed it. It's a releasing process, and a lot of people have them. You can throw it there. And don't litter. Okay, compost it. Write on compostable paper and compost it. Like, there's ways to physically watch the words that you've written down and releasing them in a way where you can feel the release. Okay. It's the big letting go period now. You know, the eclipses are coming at the end of the month, and then the retrogrades are going to hit. So if you are tapped into that type of energy, you already know. Okay, it's going to be a fun time for a lot of us. And yes, I'm saying that sarcastically. Okay. Very much so sarcastically. But let's get some elaboration from Source in regards to how to continue to move. And let me tell you something. If you are a generator, okay, rest is going to be important to you. If you are a generator, tapping into your spiritual side of yourself, and I don't care what religion or whatever it is that you practice or you're doing, there is something that you follow internally. There is a compass that tells you when things are uncomfortable, when you are frustrated. You need to release those things, okay? As a generator, you need to release those things. You need to find ways to release them, or do less of that and do more of what makes you feel good. And not just like, ooh, feel good. I mean that too, but like really like, I gotta do this thing. This is really, I mean, it feels like a sense of urgency. I need this. I need to be able to do this. I can do this, right? With certainty. And yes, I only talk to people that are like me on my channel. And not in the Kim Kardashian sense, because I don't know what she meant by that. Okay? Because we all know she's not a line worker. But just do it, the work. Okay? And this is before I'm actually going to read the card, but just do it, the work that is necessary. There's a lot of times where you as a generator will have to push yourself. Do the work. Do what you have to do so that you can do what you want to do. Okay? And on days you don't have the fight in you, listen, don't. The path of least resistance, darling. I am now available to receive all who can benefit from my work. Use me to relieve suffering on the planet. May all who need me find me. The divine is my complete source for all prosperity and will provide. Amen, amen. Okay. Just gonna move that back. That incense is burning. Yes. So prepare yourself for the work. Prepare for work. Apply work. But don't be pressed. You know what I mean? And don't let any outside source press you. Okay? Remember, as a generator, you attract. That is a fact. Okay? Live your authority and your strategy, darling. It's not about finding love. You are love itself. Help me to send so much compassion and caring to the inner child that I always remember I myself am. Love on yourself. And I'm not just talking about bath bombs and, eating chocolate, even though that is part of it, especially if you were like deprived of sweets as a child and things like that. Like, do the things, and I've stated this in the previous video, where a young lady was not allowed to wear beads in her hair, and one day she just like did her hair with beads, like the Serena and Venus style, and then like she's just been wearing beads in different ways ever since, and she feels really, really good about herself, and good things have been coming to her because of that. And and this is what I mean about self-fulfilling and living your human design. When you do so, life becomes easier to deal with, easier to handle, easier to live. You end up walking into a purpose that you were like, hold up, wait a minute, I didn't even know this thing could provide for me. I didn't even know this thing could give me so much satisfaction. I didn't even know this thing would surround me with these type of people that actually care about me and want to hear what I have to say and spend time with me and be with me, and not do things to sabotage the connection because of whatever else they have going on internally. You understand what I'm saying? It is to be growth, but with ease. Growth, but with ease. Okay? So work and love. Work on your love. Work with love. Love your work. Okay? I hate what I do. Do what you have to do until you can do what you can do. Create an exit strategy. The worst thing you can do is keep torturing yourself in a situation that you do not belong in. Like, you don't belong at that job. You do not belong with that person. You should not be doing some of the things that you're doing, but you're doing them anyway because maybe they provide a check, or maybe it provides some type of temporary satisfaction that's not even, you don't want to be alone, you don't want to be without, and blah blah. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And I think a lot of us get caught up on, we gotta know how, we gotta know when. I gotta have a plan. Natasha, I gotta have a plan, girl. You sound crazy. You sound like a crazy person, just doing stuff without a plan. Like, who's doing that? I didn't say don't have a plan. Never said don't have a plan. I just previously said create an exit strategy. You're at a job that you don't like, create an exit strategy. Look for another job. Look for something that you can do that makes you more comfortable. Look for something that you can do with more ease. And, find, I just, the stubbornness and the stubbornness is what prevents you from receiving the blessing that it is you truly deserve. Because it has to be A, B, C, D, E. G cannot come after H. And, I can't have Z before I do A, and B. But you can. You absolutely can. And there is plenty of examples. And I promise you, if you Google whatever it is you're looking for, can be proven. whatever it is you're looking for it to be. There are people who worship Satan and is enjoying their life. Okay, ain't nothing crazy happening to these people. But what about their soul? That's not your, first of all, that's not your issue to be worried about their soul. They have to be concerned about their soul. And I think that's the conflict with living in these avatars. We want to control a part of existence that we can't control. Because that spiritual realm, baby, you can harness it. As long as you're in this avatar, you can harness it. You can use it. You can contain it. You can learn about it. But in this existence, on this earth, in this planet, in this time now, okay, you controlling what someone else does, how they do it, where their soul goes after their avatar decides to give out on them, is you can't control. And you know this, and you still try to do it. Why? Why are we like this? Anywho, love the work, work your love, and keep it pushing. Okay? It all aligns. Lord, please show me right now. Please bring a sign and a miracle that gives clear direction. May I hear the promptings of my own body. And if for some reason I'm about to head the wrong way, stop me. Okay? Stop me in my tracks. Skirt, skirt. I want to be stopped. Tap me. Tell me it is time to go left and not right. Spellcasters. We're going to pull one. Tell me that it's time to go left and not right. Ask for direction. You know, I'm not saying get on your knees and pray for 5 hours. I'm not saying you need to meditate for 5 seconds, 10 minutes, or whatever, but you need to give Source time. You need to share your space with Source in some type of way. You need to let God know that I am here waiting for your direction so that you can elevate me. If you're not having these conversations, you lose. You lose in finding true direction. You lose in getting real guidance. Okay, tap in, tune in. You know, I was talking to someone about learning how to tune into their sacral. You know, what if I've never tapped into my sacral before? How am I supposed to do that? Well, now, hey, now you have to stop and see where you are in life, right? And then you have to see what type of decisions that you've been making. Are you happy with the decisions that you're making? What is it that you want to change? Where can you start with the change? You have to start questioning yourself. What is it that you're doing? Why are you doing it? What purpose is it serving in your life? Oh, the answers will come. I'm not saying you're going to like them. Okay? But they will come. I'm not saying you're going to like the answers, but they will come. And then you have to decide on whether you're going to, how are you going to apply the answers that it is that come to you? How are you going to start making decisions based off of the answers that have been coming to you, right? Just recently, I was told, it is here. direction with your transformation. Look at that butterfly. I love butterflies. That butterfly is so gorgeous. It is time for transformation. And there's a lot of things intertwined into that transformation. And just so you know, transformation is ongoing. Like, I don't know what it is about this human state, but we feel like I have the answer now. I've won the money. I've worked for the money. I've gotten to this status. I've acquired these things. I don't need to do nothing else. Excuse you. Yes. Yes, you do. There is plenty that you need to do. And keep doing. You can't just accomplish a thing and then think nothing else. It's like harvest. It's like, oh yeah, all the apples have grown and the cabbage is here. I ain't gotta do nothing now. It's harvest season. Now it's time to get to work. Now you got to dig it up. You got to clean it, sort it, separate it, get it ready for pickling and pre-prep for cooking and pureeing, if you puree things. Like, harvest is just the beginning. Putting the seed down and actually growing a thing is the easiest part as far as I'm concerned. Tilling the dirt, getting it ready, putting the seeds in, watering it down, and then you let earth do the rest. Earth does the rest. The sun comes out, it rains. A lot of times you don't even have to go out there and water it. It's going to be consistently what it needs to do. And then one day you have this big bushel that now you have to chop down, separate, clean, take the root apart so that you can reuse it if depending on what it is you planted. Okay, some things will consistently regrow and some things you have to replant. Right? So life is that. Life is reaping and sowing and harvesting on a continuous basis. Have you not been paying attention to just life in general? You born, you live, you die. You plant seeds, nurture, harvest, right? You summer, winter, spring, fall, shit. Like, it's a continuous cycle of evolving and starting over, evolving and starting over, evolving and starting over. So your next level just brings a new, I don't want to say a new devil, but it brings a new awareness to where you have to, maybe you need to reconstruct, maybe you need to switch up, maybe you need to move, maybe you need to go back to school, maybe you need to acquire some more knowledge on a thing so that you can do something else with it, right? Because, okay, let's use this as an example. Cosmetology school, right? And they normally teach you everything in cosmetology school, right? They teach you the business portion of it. They teach you how to, properly manage hair or whatever and things of that nature. And then there's sections to cosmetology school, right? There's makeup, there's hair, and whatever else. Now that you have this knowledge, right, you can either teach or you can actually do hair, or you can do both. You have to figure out what you're going to do with your platform. If you have a platform, if you're going to even are you going to even use it? Is this something you just got for yourself so that you can do your own hair and a couple of friends' hair? Be able to help friends out when they're on vacation because you have a cosmetology license and you know some things. Once you acquire the knowledge, now you have to decide what you're going to do with it. Are you going to use it to serve the people? Are you going to use it to serve yourself? We grow a garden. Just because you grow a garden don't mean you feed the neighborhood. You might be growing a garden just to feed your family. Understand what I'm saying? That's where the direction comes in. Not just for that, but for everything. You should always be asking for direction. Even after you've made a decision that you're certain on making, ask for more direction. And that's how you live a life with ease. Not thinking that, oh, I got this because now I got my degree. Oh, I got this because now I got the Lambo. Oh, I got this because now I done signed. I got my first home. Oh, I got this because whatever. I done had 15 kids. Oh, I got this because I've been married 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years. Oh, I got this. And if you've been married that long, you already know you ain't got this. Okay? I grew up in the house with both of my parents. They were married for 40 some odd years. Please. No one has the code. They just know what works for them. And what works for them may not work for you. Which is why you need to learn your design and operate within it. So that way, you will always have direction in your transformation. Love. Stay blessed.